Hello everyone, I am Crawlers and apparently the all-powerful DICE developer in the sky has come out of Christmas vacation finally, and he's been going, or they have been going on, they've gotten right back into patching Battlefield 4, which, needs a lot of patching. Now, obviously, everyone and their uncle has an opinion on how to balance the weapons and the gadgets in Battlefield 4, and most of them are just plain silly, of course. But apparently, Kertz has tweeted a very cryptic message about the future patching and balancing of some things. So, all we're left with is pretty much guesswork right now until the patch comes out. So his tweet is as follows. He alluded to rebalancing the DMR rifles, the RGO grenades, the impact grenades, the flashbangs, the mobile AA, the heli, whatever that means, and the hand flares. Oh, the humanity indeed. Alright, so the DMRs are obviously in need of serious patching right now, as they are shit, and no one likes to use them in Battlefield 4. For one, the first shot multiplier for the DMRs, should be done away with completely in my opinion, since it's a semi-automatic weapon that, only fires a single shot at a time, so the first shot multiplier, therefore, applies to every shot, since each shot is the first shot of the burst. So, and the first shot multiplier being 2 for most of the DMRs, it just doesn't make sense to have that kind of a kick applied to every shot, because it gives you very inaccurate shooting. And the DMRs were pretty awesome in Battlefield 3, and we need something similar to in Battlefield 4, I think, because you could probably remember how great the SKS was in Battlefield 3, and the kind of rampaging damage you could, go with it and put the hurt on the other team. Now, as for the next change, they want to rebalance the V40 mini grenade and the RGO impact grenade. Rebalancing sounds so much better than nerfing into the Stone Age, doesn't it? I mean, this could only mean one thing, that they will severely nerf it to the point that the RGO becomes pretty much useless. And as of right now, you could carry 3 of these things at a time, I believe, and while they are arguably more useful than regular grenades, you also do a lot less damage. And of course, as with any grenade, you could spam these if sitting on top of the ammo box, but let's face it, that's not a reason to nerf the grenades. I mean, I could probably, and very unfortunately, see them taking out 1 out of the equip amount, so we'd be left with 2, but I mean, and so what that the most competitive games ban these things from their rounds? I mean, these are a good tool on the battlefield, and I'd hate to see them, nerfed. Apparently, Kertz also noted that they will be rebalancing the sound and the effect of the grenade, whatever that means. Obviously, the sound makes it more notable, but I just don't see the reason for this. And as far as the effect goes, they are probably going to nerf the blast radius, maybe the impact damage as well. So, yet another weapon in Battlefield 4 becomes useless. And as far as the helicopter rebalancing goes, it's a very welcome change. I mean, there are so many broken or useless things in both the Scout and the attack chopper right now. And while Kertz is being coy about all this and not telling us directly what will be changed about the helicopters, there are a lot of things that I think should be buffed or fixed. And here, I'll just name a few that I can think of off the top of my head. Um, let's take the Scout helicopter first. Now, I enjoyed the living shit out of the Scout helicopter in Battlefield 3. In Battlefield 4, it's my least used weapon in the game because I find it pretty much useless. You know, the HUD is just very thin and badly colored, so it's very hard to see over the background. The damage the machine guns that you start out with at least, it sucks. So you really can't kill anyone, therefore you can't level up all that well. And the damage model of the little bird itself, I mean, it's like a tank, you know, it will soak up 3 stingers sometimes, and forget trying to kill it if you have 1 or even 2 engineers inside repairing it. I mean, it will go on forever. So the in-flight fixing must definitely be rebalanced, you know, maybe slow down the rate of repair somehow. That would probably work. Now, as far as the attack choppers go, a lot to do here in my opinion. The attack choppers in Battlefield 3, if you remember, they were a force to be reckoned with. I mean, they could do some serious damage and put a dent into the enemy's team. And in Battlefield 4, they have been severely handicapped, no pun intended. I mean, the gunner, for example, in one of these things is very underpowered. I mean, he has severely limited ammo, and once he runs out and waits for the agonizingly long reload, pretty much anything will kill you, you know, even if, say, a bird takes a flying dump on your windshield. And another thing is that the TV missiles are broken right now. See, they launch without sound, and well, you don't know for about half to a second that you're supposed to start steering the missile because, you know, you don't hear the sound. And you only start steering it a second into its flight, and, you know, by then it might already be too late, as, you know, it flies pretty fast. Also, I think the Zuni rockets need to be buffed right now because I really don't use them at all. I think you know, there's just too little of them in one magazine, so to speak, and their in-flight speed needs to be buffed. Also, I think the reload time for the countermeasures needs to be buffed or shortened, because waiting 20 seconds for flares is just plain silly. Now, another rebalancing that DICE wants to do, apparently, has to do with flashbangs and hand flares. And while flashbangs are semi-useful only on Operation Locker mostly right now, you know, where people spam that shit in pistol-only servers, the hand flares are rarely used, if at all. Now, I've heard some people put down hand flares to signal ammo box locations and such for teammates, but other than that, they're pretty much never used. And one interesting idea for this is to use the flares to communicate with your commander. Basically, you have a limited way of doing this right now already. In the comms rows, if you're a squad leader, you can ask the commander for a UAV or a resupply or attack defend order. But this is an interesting take. If the commander could see hand flares and, you know, maybe send a medevac chopper or something to you, or, you know, maybe carpet bomb the place, you know, that might be an interesting idea. And if you know me, then, you know, I could turn anything to be a tactical weapon. So, and apparently the last thing that they are going to nerf quite a bit is going to be the mobile AA. True, it is somewhat overpowered right now, and its range is really great, but to me, honestly, that's just the purpose that it was built for. So, alright, so what do you say, people? Do you agree with me? Throw words at me below in the designated comments section. And as always, thanks for watching. Please rate and share this video as it helps my channel grow. And check out my other videos at the end of this one. And remember, in Soviet Russia, YouTube subscribes you.